fall. Stumbling around, you've been guessing your direction, except you can see it all. Now I have a name, I have a name. No. Who am I to blame? Who am I to blame? No. I cannot be changed, I cannot be changed, no. Trust me, I've tried. I'd stand up right at the start of the line, drawing circles. Hi everyone, my name is Andrew Rodriguez, and the song I just finished playing for you is called Circles by Mac Miller. And although it was pretty easy to pick Mac Miller as my favorite artist, picking one of his songs was not the easiest decision for me. And the reason I ended up going with this song specifically is because I feel like it best embodied what I like about his music, which is essentially the mentality and the mood he puts me in. His music just makes me feel really grateful about everything I got going on in my life. And when I'm stressing out about school or work or family or just, juggling it all together, kind of just reminds me to slow down and enjoy the process and everything like that. So yeah, that's why I chose Mac Miller as my favorite artist. But besides that, he's an American rapper. He was born in 1992 in Pittsburgh. And he didn't start rapping till he was around 15 years old. And his first mixtape he ever released was when he was 15 years old. It was called But My Mackin' Ain't Easy. And at the time he went by Easy Mac. And it wasn't until he turned 18, I think, when he started to become more known as Mac Miller. And he had released his first album with a record label called Rostrum Records. And it was called Kids, the album. And at that point was when his music career started to take off a little bit more. Besides his music career, he also had a TV show that aired for a year. And it was called Mac Miller and the Most Dope Family. And he actually discontinued it himself. And the reason was because he was trying to become more known, or not more known, but recognized by some people as just the dude from his TV show, Mac Miller TV show. And it just didn't sit well with him, basically. So, he had built his whole music career so many years into it, and that's what his passion was. And it just basically didn't sit well that he was being outshined by his TV show a little bit here and there. So he kind of just didn't want to be known as that. And that's why he discontinued it. And unfortunately, he did pass away at the age of 26 due to drug overdose. And he was very open about his drug use. However, when he did die, it wasn't because he did too much. Apparently, the drugs that he bought was laced with fentanyl, unfortunately. And this album, Circle, or the song called Circles, is also the name of the album. And it was released 2 years after his death. And they started a fundraiser called Mac Miller Circle Fund that basically helps upcoming artists and artists that are dealing with drugs and depression, and specifically artists 27 and younger, which was really interesting to me because there's a song that he has called Brand Name where he basically talks about not wanting to be part of the 27 Club, which, if you don't know what it is, it's a group of artists that have all passed away at the age 27, and there's a lot of them. And that was always his biggest fear, is that he was going to die young from drug use because he knew he had a problem. And yeah, it was just an unfortunate thing that happened to him. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for listening.